For the third time in 42 days, it's a Frontier Division clash between North Texas and Sporting Kansas City 2. This one from Choctaw Stadium, the second to last match that North Texas will ever play at this venue. As we welcome you inside, John Gross with you on this Saturday night here in Arlington, Texas. Great day for some soccer. MLS Next Pro Western Conference matchup. Two teams who are trying to fight their way out of the lower portion of the conference standings. Again, these two teams have played already twice this season. It was a win for North Texas and a draw as well. As we take a look at the starting 11 for North Texas, Brooks Thompson getting the start in goal today. This is his first appearance of the season for either the first team or the MLS Next Pro side. He is a member of the first team, but the third string goalkeeper for them. Certainly a name to watch for them in goal today. Really talented young player, as well as Ricky Lewis, second overall pick in this past year's Super Draft. You'll see him up front on the left side for John Gall's side. So some dangerous players for this North Texas side that can certainly score goals. And Sporting Kansas City 2 team that will look to improve defensively, which we have seen from them as this season has progressed. And one way that they're hoping to do that is have Jack Kortkamp in goal today. He has split time with Jacob Molinaro in net for Lee Tesantrat's side on the season, making his fourth consecutive start. A couple of names to watch for them. Shane Donovan, 3 goals on the season for Sporting Kansas City 2. Really big uptick in production for him. And then centrally up front, Kashawn Hines, just 17 years old. He scored a goal last match in the 3-1 win, and they're looking for more out of him today on the road. Busy stretch for Sporting Kansas City 2. SKC 2 playing its fourth match in 13 days. This team is 1-1-1 over the last 3 matches. Most recently, a 3-1 win over Colorado Rapids last Sunday. Conceded in the 17th minute of that match, but scored 3 straight goals to win. Meanwhile, North Texas searching for consecutive wins for the first time this season. Last time out, 2-0 win against Minnesota United, the first clean sheet of the season for John Gall's side, and he said that type of match is exactly what he wants to see from his team on the season. Strong defense, and one of the goals had 23 passes, about 50 or so seconds leading up to the finish. He said that is exactly how they want to play on the attacking side of things as well. North Texas in the red kits, Sporting Kansas City 2 on the left side of your screen in the powder blues. Again, the second to last match that North Texas will play here at Choctaw Stadium. They'll move into the brand new Mansfield Stadium on July 4th. That match will be played against St. Louis City 2. A lot of excitement about that move, but this is a venue with some history, the former home of the Texas Rangers. SKC 2 at 2-7-3 on the season. North Texas at 3-4-3. 4 points separate these two sides. And again, the third meeting already between these two division foes on the campaign. Third time that they've played each other in 42 days. And it is something that John Gall mentioned in our chat earlier this week, just how familiar they are with each other does change the preparation a little bit. As we await the opening whistle. And we are underway here in Arlington, Texas. SKC 2, North Texas duking it out once again. It was a 4-1 win for North Texas when they first met. A draw in the second. And here we are in the third meeting, as that's cleared away by Ian Charles for the home side. Again, SKC 2, 2-7-3 on the season, seeking consecutive wins for the first time this year. Actually, both teams looking for that feat. That last win against Colorado Rapids shows a bit of the progress that we've seen from this team as the season's progressed, especially on the defensive side of things, as a whistle comes in. Johan Ortiz, the one who took a tumble, and a free kick on the way for Jack Franca. Had an assist in that 3-1 win against Colorado, the 16-year-old out of the SKC Academy. Ball in from Franca. And a throw in coming for the visitors. Again, it's Franca who will restart play, the Kansas City native. One of a handful of hometown players on this SKC2 side. Here is Misael Rodriguez. Tied for the team lead with 3 goals this season. His feed ripped the other direction. As Leroux settles for SKC2, he's been the backbone of this back line for the last 2 seasons. Pierre Leroux, the native of France. Here's Franca. First 3 or so minutes have certainly been controlled possession-wise by the visitors, looking very comfortable on the ball, on the road. And a bit of space to work with here. Here's Leroux. Franca rolls it through. Franca's ball. He's cut away and will trickle out for a throw. But again, SKC2 looking very comfortable in possession. They've really tried to work on things on the defensive end for sure, but the attacking prowess has been there throughout the season, especially as of late. 3 goals last match, albeit against an undermanned Rapid side who was down a player for the majority of that match. Here's Shane Donovan. Donovan plays ahead. Rolls wide for Franca, serves one in, and it's buried. But the flag is raised. No goal. It was nearly the second in as many matches for Kashawn Hines. We'll take one more look at it. It was Hines who held the ball up, and then it was played into the area. But whistle was blown, flag was raised, and no goal for Lee Tesentrit side. A head coach who has over 18 years of coaching experience, now in his first season leading SKC2 after years leading some of the academy sides. Here's Marlon Lucene, crafty player for this North Texas team with 4 assists on the year. For the first time today, we see a spell of possession for the home side. Angling ball, headed away. Charles able to win it back for his side. North Texas on the heels of a 2-0 win against Minnesota United. First clean sheet of the season for them, but it's dangerously given away. And a brilliant stop by Brooks Thompson to save what would have been a surefire goal. Well, this is an exciting moment for Thompson, the third-string goalkeeper for FC Dallas. Has not played for the first team. Today dropping to the second team, North Texas. Getting an opportunity to play, and he's actually facing against his former academy. Joined the SKC Academy back in 2018, actually signed a homegrown contract with Sporting Kansas City back in 2021. And he played for SKC2 back when they were a member of USL Championship. But now Thompson getting the starting goal against his former club. Penetrating feed. As Rodriguez tries to turn the corner, able to get there. Misael Rodriguez goes down, and it's cleared away. You can see the quality, the pace that Rodriguez brings to this SKC2 side. 3 goals in the season. One of the more experienced guys that you'll find in this match. 23-year-old who scored 7 goals last season for the Town. Also added 6 assists, so dangerous attacking piece from this right flank. Here's Leandro Gonçalves. You see SKC not applying a ton of pressure, which is a bit different than what we saw from them earlier this season. First 2 matches, Lee Tesentret wanted his team to press very high, and his team got absolutely torched, conceding 9 goals across those first 2. He just felt his team was not yet ready to play that style, so he dropped them back into a mid-press, which is what we've seen from them since then. And the numbers have certainly been better. 9 goals conceded in the first 2, just 2 goals per match since then. It's a lovely through ball, nearly brought in, but muscled away by Alvaro. And a corner kick on the way as Shane Donovan wins it for his side. First corner of the match for either team. As we enter the 10th minute, first corner kick of the match. In swinging ball, Thompson fists it away. Headed back out. And here comes North Texas looking to counter as it's played along. Simmons collects it. Nicholas Simmons cuts inside. Simmons skips it, no trouble for Jack Kortkamp. Simmons making his first appearance with North Texas since March 15th, the 3rd pick in this year's Super Draft. Some impressive young talent with major expectations on this in this lineup today, with Ricky Lewis and Nicholas Simmons both starting for North Texas. 2nd and 3rd pick in this past year's draft, respectively. And Gonçalves and his North Texas teammates pretty adamant that that should have been a throw-in for the home side. Instead, visitors will control. An SKC2 team that hasn't had to travel all too much. This is just the 5th road match of the season compared to 8 home fixtures. as it heads out for a goal kick. Thompson pops it away. Charles lifts clear. This could be promising. Here's Adonis, who has been so dangerous this season. 8 goal contributions for his team as he leaves it off for Natty James. James pops it across. Nice turns, strikes, and scores! Adonis has his 7th of the season. He's been one of the premier players in MLS Next Pro this year, and he adds to his remarkable tally. You'll see Natty James just drive this across. And watch Nice find this pocket of space, turns and strikes. And he backs his 7th of the season. And Adonis jubilant in this first half. Had a goal and an assist last month against SKC2. And he adds to his remarkable start to the season with a goal right here. So 12th minute conversion by the Belgian star for North Texas. And suddenly Sporting Kansas City 2, who had looked to be in control of this one in terms of gameplay, now have to play from behind. Thompson, as that ball deflects out. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Well, for North Texas, scoring that opening goal has been key. 3-0-3 this season. When John Gall's side finds the back of the net first, you compare that to an 0-4 record when conceding first. So a positive trend for the home team after getting on the board just a couple minutes ago, courtesy of Adonis. Here's Leroux. Pings it over the top. Headed away by Virostek, the fullback today. Alvaro. Dangerously gave it away in the center of the park, but it's taken right back by North Texas. As Nice drives it ahead, Leroux breaks things up. And here comes SKC2. Laid off and worked out wide. Rodriguez off a deflection as he earns a corner kick. You'll so often see Misael Rodriguez in situations like that. Try to cut inside, get it on his left foot. That time angled to his right, and he does win a corner. Second corner of this first half for SKC2. That's lifted in, headed, just wide. A goal kick on the way for Brooks Thompson. One more look at it. Thompson gave it a go, but thankfully for him, it was wide of frame regardless. Thompson trained with North Texas this week. His first appearance of 2026. Somebody on loan from Lexington from the USL Championship. 18 appearances for them last year, as it's given away in the midfield. And a good step to break up that feed. Here's Quintero, unable to settle. And Quintero is whistled. Here's Nice, the goal scorer just minutes ago as he rolls it ahead. Plenty of space to work with here. 1v1 and it's whiffed. Simmons could not put it on frame. Here's Nice. What a golden opportunity that was for Nicholas Simmons. High expectations for him. Third pick in this year's draft. And he has gotten a taste of MLS action. 3 appearances for FC Dallas this season. A guy who knows how to score goals, but unable to finish right there. As it's lifted towards James. Ortiz leaves it central. Quintero offers wide. Donovan plays it off. Ortiz goes down. Donovan cycles it wide. Space for service, driven in, and Alvaro deflects it out for a corner. Third corner of this first half for SKC2, who have found themselves in some threatening areas, but unable to find the back of the net just yet. The 12th minute goal by Edu Nice, the difference thus far. They play it short. Space to hit this. That window closed quickly. Elite Santret, head coach of Sporting Kansas City, knew this one would certainly be challenging given the previous 2 meetings. So they really like to move the ball, very athletic. We've seen that so far when North Texas have been in possession today, just how fluid they've been. Quintero sprays it wide. Donovan now lays it off. Gael Quintero wide again. Played into the area, headed away, finds the intended target. Comes down to Donovan. Donovan rolls it ahead. It's a lovely feed, redirected off the post and sent away. A whistle comes in. It is another quality build by SKC2, but just sniffed out in the end. A beautiful little give and go here. It's Blaine Maybe who was almost able to level things. Space to work with for Donovan. Quintero. Rodriguez. Snaps it across. Rodriguez. Ball is put home. It's a brilliant delivery by Misael Rodriguez. And SKC2 draw level. Kashawn Hines has his third of the season. This is a beautiful build. They start on the left side, able to switch the point of attack. Rodriguez skips it in. Hines able to put it past Thompson. And he has now scored in back-to-back matches. Just 17 years of age, the SKC Academy member making his impact felt in Next Pro. So Rodriguez's first assist of this season. Hines now tied with Rodriguez for the most goals in this team with 3. Hines, somebody who joined the SKC Academy back in 2023. He has blossomed at a young age. Impressive player as it's rolled to him again. And he's run out of possession. Past the midway point of this first 45. Level at 1 in the third meeting this season between these teams as Thompson goes down. And a free kick on the way. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Health, the official healthcare partner of FC Dallas and North Texas SC. Good to see Thompson back on his feet. Important night for him to get some reps under his belt this season. Especially somebody on loan from Lexington to FC Dallas. Hasn't had the chance to play for them, but getting the chance to play tonight with North Texas. He's been tested so far. He's been called upon a couple of times. Well, that is taken the other way by Nice. Adonis lets it fly. Nearly at his second. And this is a North Texas team with so many dangerous pieces that you cannot afford to give the ball away like that in that part of the park. Nice with space to hit it. And he put it wide, but an absolute break for SKC2 to not concede right there. Free kick on the way for North Texas. Newman. Lewis couldn't quite get there. Newman will watch it head out for a throw. Enzo Newman, who last match scored his first professional goal. Good to see him back in the pitch this season after missing most of last year with a torn ACL. Another high draft pick for FC Dallas, the 11th pick in the 2025 Super Draft out of Oregon State. Beavers, a historically strong program. Here's Lewis. Lewis also scored his first pro goal last match against Minnesota United. Both those goals came in the first 45. And two big moments for two players who have expectations given their first round status. That's driven diagonally. Alvaro whiffed on it. Here comes Donovan. A lovely touch out wide. Franca plays it across. His ball broken up by Alvaro, who's been very active so far, given how much pressure this back line has been under today. They do try to link up with Lewis. Those two just not quite on the same page. But you look at the firepower that North Texas has. They average about 1.5 goals per match, but you really do feel that they could score considerably more than that on a somewhat consistent basis. Obviously, tough to know who they'll have in any given match, but the combination of Adonis, of a Natty James, of Ricky Lewis and Nicholas Simmons, you mix that crew together, and this team becomes extremely dangerous up front. The duo of Nice and James have contributed to now 14 of the 16 goals that this team has scored this season. So those two by themselves, extremely lethal. And then you add in a Ricky Lewis and Nicholas Simmons as a whistle comes in, and we will see our first booking of the match. Johan Ortiz shown yellow. Here's Quintero. Tries to battle through traffic. "30 minutes through. Adonis got the party started back in the 12th. 10 minutes later, Kashan Hines equalized for SKC2. Flag stays down. Rodriguez surges. Misael Rodriguez turns inside, lays it back. Quintero flicks it through, maybe back to Quintero, and it's right at Thompson. lovely interplay. Final product wasn't quite there, but been impressed with some of the passing in and around the attacking third today by SKC2. And Lee Tecentra does feel that his sporting side has been improving as this season's gone on. We're starting to see that with some of these results. Last match with a 3-1 win. Competitive battle so far through 32 minutes today. John Gall feels similarly about his team, says there's a lot of room to grow for this bunch. Says they've learned some harsh lessons through some of their losses, but they've also shown a really good mentality. And that performance last match was really a prime example of how this team wants to play in all facets. Here's Lewis. Charles. Alvaro, penetrating feed, slips through. It's Simmons who drives it across. And nobody there. Was looking for a streaking Ricky Lewis. Whistle comes in and a down SKC2 player. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Hydrate. Hydration for today, tomorrow, and every day. Good to see Kashan Hines back on his feet. And we are back to it. It's a quick restart that settles into the feet of Donovan. Franca. Nearing the final 10 minutes of this first 45. Two sides very familiar with one another, playing for the third time in 42 days. That's just about a month and a half that these teams have battled against one another now 3 times. Beautiful switch. Donovan lays it off on the overlap, played back towards the edge, and cleared away. And Lewis is whistled. Free kick on the way for SKC2. No trouble here for Brooks Thompson. Look at some of the numbers. Pretty evenly played so far. SKC2 +1 in terms of shots on goal, but they are +3 in terms of overall shots. They've created chances. And a whistle, much to the frustration of the North Texas side. Marlon Lucene was ready to surge into space. Jack Franca. Here's Rodriguez. Back for Franca, the 16-year-old in the SKC Academy. Quintero drives it across. Here's Shane Donovan. Donovan pulls it out. It's laid off. Maybe hits it. Did it take a deflection? It did. And a corner kick on the way. Fourth corner of this first half already for SKC2. None for North Texas. It gives you a good idea of where the brunt of the possession has been in this match. We've seen a lot of it in that attacking third for the visitors. That's driven in. Headed right back where it came from. Here's Lewis. Nice. Certainly a chance to counter with SKC exposed at the back here. That's exactly what North Texas will look to do. Simmons unable to play it over cleanly for James. Charles recovers though. Here's Lucene. Nice, the goal scorer back in the 12th minute. Nice making a run. Nice races under it, got a toe on it. It's looped out for a goal kick. And Adunis, frustrated, felt that should have been a corner. Here's Watland. Quintero links up with Watland. Signed his first pro contract earlier this month. Getting to start again today. Donovan lays it off. Maybe. Back wide. Franca. Rodriguez. Dispossessed. Final 5 minutes of this first 45. Adunis got things going in the 12th minute for North Texas. 10 minutes later, Kashawn Hines equalized. Here is the aforementioned Nice. Nice goes down, they play on. Natty James now. Simmons being held up. Simmons, young player, and he is down. Well, it was getting physical. And now Lewis is jawing with a couple of SKC players. And Tanjiro Lamy getting involved in that discussion. Good to see Simmons back on his feet. And take a look at it. So watch the center of your screen. Simmons shoves and then gets shoved right back. And Simmons and Blaine Mabey Now getting a talking to from our match referee. So a free kick on the way for North Texas. It's a double yellow. Pierre Leroux and Nicholas Simmons both booked. Adunis scored his 7th goal earlier today. Also has 2 assists in the season. He has been the catalyst of this attack all year long as he stands over it. Nice drives it in, back stick, plays central. It's waved off. North Texas seemingly asking for the handball. Well, this Frontier Division clash has certainly had some drama to it. A couple of first half goals, both teams also knocking at the door of a second, perhaps a third even. And two sides just so familiar with one another. Already the 3rd meeting this season between these two division foes. Trying to make their way out of the lower portion of the division and of the conference. Simmons finds Nice. Adunis unleashes. And Jack Courtcamp turns it away. Nice had space, and somebody who's capable of laying it off, and you see the reaction from Lewis. He certainly wanted it, but Nice can score from daunting angles like that. But a big save by Jack Courtcamp, U.S. Youth International. 4th straight start for him. We saw Jacob Molinaro start the matches earlier this season, but it's been Courtcamp as of late. First corner kick of the match for North Texas. And they do play it short for Nice. Adunis lays it off. The sidestep, the strike, the redirect is in. Natty James makes it 2-1 as he shows off the dance moves. And it certainly had to be James. We saw one piece of the dynamic duo, Adunis, score earlier. This time it's James. Those two linking up. They've been so dangerous all season long. And it did take a deflection off of an SKC2 player. And it is actually ruled as an own goal. Luca Antangirolami with the dreaded own goal. And it's 2-1 North Texas. So James will not be credited with the conversion, but it was certainly all Natty James who put that thing in there. And at least ask questions of this SKC2 defense. And the answer was an own goal. 3 minutes of added time. So tough break for the 15-year-old Luca Antangirolami out of the SKC Academy with the own goal. Donovan finds Wantland, back for Donovan, Wantland again. Floats it across. Alvaro unable to clear. Now it's blasted out of there. Leroux. Franca. His cross blocked. And a corner on the way. In the dying moments of this first half. Fifth corner kick for SKC2. It's headed away. And a free kick coming as Rodriguez hits the deck. And Lewis, the culprit. The yellow card comes in. So Ricky Lewis shown yellow in first half stoppage time. Final seconds here. Played wide for Watland. Watland, his ball cradled by Thompson. No trouble. The first half that has certainly had some intrigue to it. 3 goals, handful of yellow cards. Maybe time for one last moment. Simmons. And there is the halftime whistle. And North Texas will head to the dressing room with a 2-1 lead over their division foes in SKC2. Edu Neese the first goal, then an own goal put him in front after the leveler by Kashawn Hines. Their score at the half, North Texas 2, SKC2 1. Coming up in our halftime show, we get to know a talented young player carving his own path in the Big Apple, and an announcement that will shift the landscape of Next Pro, plus highlights and stats after this brief timeout.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Out of the New York market, another solid young player is making his way with NYCFC. So let's get to know Arnaud Farnos.
I think for sure was my mom. She was the first one to know it because she was working, and I sent her a message and I was like, please don't call because we have a meeting right now. But like I have to tell you, like they just told me like they want me to sign first team deal. So she was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was definitely my mom. Hi, I'm Arnaud Farnos, and I'm a midfielder / winger, and I play for New York City FC. When I signed here with the second team, my goal was always to be part of the first team, and since the moment I got drafted, that was my goal, that was my dream. And nothing is easy, you know, so that's why you have to work for it. Every call-up is an opportunity, and I'm thankful for the coaches to give me those opportunities. But like, it's not about the games, it's about every day, how you practice, how you prepare yourself, physically and mentally. And when the opportunity comes, that you have to be ready and know that if you have the opportunity, you have to prove yourself. They push you a lot, which is a really good sign, but they also have a really good connection with the team, a special connection with the players also. and they are open, which is also important for a player because gets you confident when you play and when you train. And he was always super close, coach and all the staff, and give me a lot of confidence to me. And that's why I feel like I'm super happy for being part of this team, for the confidence from the staff and also from the players. One of the things, for example, Nico always says when he's here is like, and I've took it from all the players as well, but like, you are doing what you like and what's your passion. So coming here to practice, you are privileged, you know, having this job, because you are doing something that you really like and you really can, you grow with it. And coming here every day, yeah, there is people working for you, for the treatment, they are cooking for you. And how many people would love to have and to be in the position that you are right now. So I would say just enjoy the moment, push yourself in the moment that you have to push yourself, and yeah, enjoy. Super excited at the moment when I saw the ball going in. I kind of didn't believe it at the beginning, but after it was like a happiness feeling, you know, especially after with all my teammates, like they congrat me at the end of the game, and everybody came to support me and saying congratulations, and it was a really happy moment and a special moment in my career. I think I had a lot of good coaches in my career. I would say probably when I was at Celta, I would say Claudio. But I would say my best moment playing soccer was the decision to make here and go to college. The 4 years at Oregon State with all the coaches I had and all the staff I had, they really helped me develop myself physically and mentally. And I think it was the step that I needed in order to be a professional soccer player. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity that the Oregon State gave me. Keep supporting us, keeping showing ourselves, keep coming to our games, because probably right now we are not having the best, we are not in the best moment of the season, but we're for sure gonna come back, and we're for sure gonna give some happy news soon to the fans.
Boys hear sentiment, flow tastes sweet like cinnamon. Open up doors, I'm a gentleman. View top floor, I'm still staying ahead of them. Running on fumes and adrenaline. Do what I do best, can't rush in like a roulette. You can't name a better duet. Don't ask questions, trying to figure out what sound. Don't worry about what next, just wanna know what's next. Man, I say it so loud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now. Oh yes, man, I say it oh so proud. Don't worry about what next, just know we got now.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
The unique energy of a Sunday night. Ideal for calm music, whispers, stargazing, reflection, and a relaxed environment. Sunday nights were made for this.
Back here in Arlington, Texas, 1/2 in the books and a 2-1 lead for North Texas over Sporting Kansas City 2. MLS has agreed to a deal that will see global investment firm KKR make a strategic investment and partner with MLS Next Pro. KKR will inject capital into MLS Next Pro with an eye on growing the league and its footprint around the continent. In conjunction with MLS, the partnership will oversee commercial strategy as it looks to move the 27 MLS-affiliated Next Pro teams into new markets with an eye on building brands within those communities and seeking stadium development deals. We will no doubt see and hear more about this in the coming seasons. A lot of excitement about the continued growth of this league, new teams popping up, new venues such as what North Texas will soon move into at Mansfield Stadium. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. A few matches still coming up later this weekend and moving forward. Always a busy time of year now. We're mid-May, so we're starting to get an idea of where these teams sort of stand. Great derby, Red Bulls versus NYCFC. As a New Jersey native, that's something that really cool to experience up close and in person. But some big-time matchups coming up out west as well. Earthquakes 2, Timbers 2 to wrap things up at 9 p.m. So it should be a fun batch of matches still to come. And, of course, this one, still 45 minutes left to go here in Arlington, Texas. We'll take a look at the first half highlights. Again, the third meeting between these teams in about 40 days. We start things off with Nicholas Simmons letting it rip. No trouble there for Jack Courtcamp. That was really the first chance that we saw for the home team today. Natty James able to drive this one across. And watch number 10, center of your screen. It comes to him. Lovely little turn as he sneaks it through. It's the 7th of the season for Edu Nice. 40th pick in this year's Super Draft. And boy, has he had a seamless transition to the pro ranks after being a standout player at Illinois Chicago. But 10 minutes later, a threatening moment. This one disposed of. SKC2 continue to apply the pressure in that final third. Good ball movement here. Misael Rodriguez as they switch the point of attack. Defense stays shuffling, and Rodriguez sprays it in. It's Hines with his third goal of this season. He has scored in back-to-back matches. Young player, just 17 years old, but he makes it 1-1 in the 22nd. North Texas knocking in the door a couple of times. Edu Nice denied by Courtcamp. And that earned a corner kick. First corner kick of the match for North Texas. And it went like this. Short corner. Natty James puts it on frame. It's an own goal. Luca Antanjiro Lamy deflects it into his own goal. And that was the first half in this match. So 2-1 the scoreline between these two teams. North Texas in the dressing room with a 2-1 cushion. But as you saw, both teams had some chances, so fairly evenly played as well. We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll get you set for half number 2. North Texas and Sporting Kansas City 2 continue next.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
In Texas, 45 minutes down between North Texas and Sporting Kansas City 2. Happy to have you with us on this Saturday night at Choctaw Stadium. John Gross with you for this Western Conference showdown. Pretty evenly played match in that first 45. We did see North Texas take the edge on the own goal in the final minutes of that half. But both teams had chances. And if you look at the numbers, they reflect that. 10 shots for Sporting Kansas City 2, 7 for North Texas. And a 4-3 edge in terms of shots on goal for North Texas. 5-1 in terms of corner kicks, though we did see North Texas score off of its lone corner kick of the match. And one quick note, they actually did change that own goal into a Natty James goal. So it is no longer an own goal for Sporting Kansas City 2. Instead, Natty James has his 5th goal of this season, which means that he's now scored 5 goals against Sporting Kansas City this year. 2 braces in the first 2 meetings. He now has a goal in this match as well. So he has been the SKC2 slayer. And he was assisted by Edu Nice, who now has 7 goals and 3 assists on the season. And that dynamic duo has been tremendous on this season. I don't know if you'll find many better 1-2 punches in the league than Nice and James, who have combined to account for, or at least contribute to 13 of the 15 goals this team has scored on the season. They both contributed to the goals today, so you add that, 15 of 17 now. Pretty remarkable stuff from the duo of Nice and Natty James. Both players in their first season playing with one another, but both tremendously impactful for John Gall's side. So both teams getting set for this second half. And North Texas sitting on 14 points with a win. They could jump as high as 5th in the Western Conference, depending on what other results happen the rest of this weekend. Meanwhile, Sporting KC still work to do as they try to climb the ladder, sitting on just 10 points. Both clubs looking for consecutive wins for the first time all year. And North Texas trying to stay unbeaten against SKC2 on the season. Currently 1-0-1 with a win and a shootout win. So 5 points from the 2 previous matches. And away we go in this second half. Frontier Division clash. 45 minutes remaining. As Alvaro drives it long for North Texas. Very intriguing first half of action today. We saw those 3 goals. We saw a little bit of fireworks as well. Got a bit chippy, which should be somewhat expected given how many times these teams have played one another in a short amount of time. SKC 2 in the blues, North Texas in the red tops. Thompson able to keep it in play and prevent the corner kick. So with 45 minutes left in this match, that means just 135 minutes remain in North Texas's time here at Choctaw Stadium. where they are 38, 16, and 25 all time since moving here since the start of the 2020 season. They'll play one more match here and then move to the brand new Mansfield Stadium, which will open up on July 4th. They'll take on St. Louis City 2 in the inaugural match at Mansfield. Beautiful facility, which actually is so highly regarded that the Czech national team will train there this summer for the World Cup. Bit of space here for Lucene. Lucene dispossessed. Quintero wins it back for the visitors. But Lucene able to recover. And a free kick on the way for Lee Tesentret's side. Coach Tesentret leading Sporting Kansas City 2 for the first time, though he is intimately familiar with this organization and really the city. His connection to Kansas City dates all the way back to his playing days back in the 90s. He played for the Kansas City Attack, an indoor soccer team back in the mid-90s. Previously served as the U18 Academy head coach. Also his son Cello, standout player for this side last season. I've seen a couple of appearances for them this year, but did sign a first-team deal, so he's been playing in MLS this year, and he's been available for a selection for the majority of matches. Meanwhile, John Gall leading the way for North Texas, somebody who is also very familiar with his respective club, having worked his way up from being the U13 head coach for FC Dallas, now leading the second team here in Next Pro, the native of Wales. Nice. It's given away and then taken right back. Here's Lucene. Crafty midfielder from Madrid. North Texas just so quick to move it around. One touch pass, one touch pass. James Simmons pops it wide. This is promising. It's Lewis, his cross blocked. Lewis again, the second pick in this year's draft. Leaves it out for Ian Charles. Charles drives it back post, headed away, comes down to James. He has another. Natty James secures his third brace of this season, all against SKC2. It is a given at this point that he will score twice against Sporting Kansas City. And this is a goal that John Gall will certainly look at in the film review with a smile on his face. The prolonged build, the quick feeding of the ball, and that it ends with this. Natty James scoring his 6th goal of this season, all against Sporting Kansas City 2. And the Trinidad and Tobago international continues to dominate against this very opponent. So the visitors now work to do. And some of those defensive struggles which had plagued this team earlier in the season, possibly rearing their head once again. Conceding 3 goals thus far, albeit against a dangerous attacking side in North Texas. And a corner kick claimed here by the visitors. This is number 6. Nothing all too threatening has come from the corner flag just yet. We'll see if that changes right here. Outswinging ball. Headed away, but with that head-to-head contact, play will be stopped. This is one of the procedures that was added a couple of years back to Next Pro. Any sort of contact to the head or neck area automatically requires the medical crew to head on. Let's take a look at it. Simmons went airborne with Quintero. Check that. Anton Girolami. So Simmons getting examined in the turf. Check that. Matty James down. And good to see him back on his feet. Matty James, a brace today. Trinidad and Tobago international. And he's been an effective player for his national team as well. 21 caps, 6 goals. He's played in Nations League, Gold Cup, and World Cup qualifiers. I think a Trinidad and Tobago side that is disappointed in not qualifying for the World Cup. It was certainly for there for the taking for them this season, or this past qualifying window last summer. But unable to sneak into this expanded field. Visitors trying to get something going here. It's rolled wide. Rodriguez run off of it, but it will be a throw. Watland. His ball takes a deflection. It's settled by Rodriguez and deflects out for a corner. Misael Rodriguez, potent goal scorer, a proven goal scorer in Next Pro. Golden opportunity to score his 4th of the season right there. This settled so nicely to his feet. How about a 7th corner kick on the way for SKC2? In swinging ball, sneaks all the way across and out for a throw. Here's Zane Watland. Donovan. Watland again. just signed his first pro contract earlier this month. Now it's Shane Donovan. Talented young player who's worked his way up from the U15 ranks in the academy, now into next pro. That's taken away. Good step by Charles. Pressure here. Thompson able to stay on it in a precarious situation. It's a dangerous spot for a keeper to be in. But it will simply be a goal kick. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. As Casey extending its press a bit. Feeling a bit desperate, trailing by 2 goals. Here's Ian Charles. First-year pro out of UCLA who returns to this organization after coming through the FC Dallas Academy. Lucene. Simmons lays it off. Enzo Newman now. Here's Nice. Nice leaves it wide. Natty James, 2 goals already. James dances back for Nice. And Nice is angled out for a goal kick. Well, any time that either of those two guys touch it in the attacking third, you have to hold your breath for a second. Both guys capable of some magic. We've seen that tonight. Both players scoring. Nice with a goal and an assist. James with a brace. Advantage played. As that duo links up again. Here's Nice. James alongside him. Nice stays on it. Alvaro finds Lewis. Alvaro again. Acquired by FC Dallas via transfer from Portuguese side, Portimonense. Alvaro actually got to join FC Dallas in preseason, where they had their preseason in Portugal. Joined as a guest player and impressed management so much that he actually was purchased by the club. And a couple of changes on the way. First 2 alterations of the night. And it's Tega Ikoba and Ty Haas entering. So Ikoba heads on, first-year SKC man after spending last year with FC Cincy 2. Ikoba does have MLS experience with the Portland Timbers. And Ty Haas, 17-year-old out of the SKC Academy. He'll head on as well. Here is Haas. Lifted ahead. Ikoba surges after it. No trouble for Brooks Thompson. So look at the changes. Johan Ortiz came off. Ty Haas replaced him. And then a change up front for Sporting KC as well, as Hines, the goal scorer, departed in favor of Ikoba. Inside the final 30 minutes of this one, North Texas has control. They scored first. They're unbeaten when scoring first, en route to keeping that streak alive as it's launched ahead for Lewis. Lewis races to get there. And it will stay with North Texas. Angling feed. Lewis, the intended man, really did not end up all too close to him as Haas surges, wins the throw. Ty Haas, fairly new to the SKC Academy, joined ahead of the 2025-26 season, but impressed fairly quickly. Good hold-up play from Ikoba as he looks for his fellow substitute Haas. Gonzalez goes down, and a corner kick awarded. Another corner for SKC2. They have staked real estate at these corner flags, but nothing to show for it just yet. This is the 8th corner kick for the visitors. Headed right back where it came from. Franca. Watland. Donovan. Lays it for Maybe. Slices inside. It's a good feed to LaRue. Contact in the area. Maybe stays on it. Maybe over to LaRue. The center back denied on the follow. It's shanked. A few bites at the apple, but again, an empty trip as Ian Charles is back on his feet. There have certainly been moments for SKC to drive home that second. Watland. Quintero. Back for Zane Watland. Kyle Quintero. One of the handful of returning starters for this team. The Sporting side that last year finished with the fewest points in the league, just 17 points. But SKC2 already up to 10 points this season, so certainly progress under first-year head man Lee Tasantra. Here's Ikoba. Oh, a giveaway as it's rolled ahead. Space to hit it, and a big save by Thompson. Donovan denied on the doorstep. And it's yet another corner, number 9 on the night. One more look at it. And a rare misplay by Natty James. Great run by Donovan. And Thompson forced to spring into action. So another corner for the visitors. Is the 9th time the charm. This one a lower delivery. That is taken away by Nice. Adonis surges, numbers, Nice, his feet intercepted. And well played by Pierre Leroux, but then it's given away. Nice, again broken up. That is twice that Adonis through balls are met by SKC2 defenders, and he puts his hands on his head in disbelief. A couple of golden moments that this team would have loved to capitalize upon. Haas now. Haas fakes on the overlapping feed. It's Haas who sidesteps and hits it. My goodness, Ty Haas nearly had a banger of a finish. Would have been his second pro goal, but instead it's a goal kick. This portion of the match is brought to you by UT Southwestern Medical Center, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth. Lewis. Intercepted. Blaine Maybe carries. Links up with Donovan, who's shoved down. No whistle. They play on. Nice links up with Simmons, a heavy touch. Nice again, wins it back. Here's Adonis. Numbers on both sides. Finds Natty James. James strikes, and he's done it again! Natty with the Hattie! His 7th goal of this season against SKC2. And it's 4-1. This man cannot be contained. A hat trick for him. He has now scored 7 goals this season, all against SKC2. He's a talented player to begin with, but when he faces this side, he undergoes some sort of transformation. He makes it 4-1. And we will see changes for the first time for North Texas. Now in the driver's seat. Daniel Barron on. Diego Garcia on. So Garcia replaces Ian Charles as it's headed away. Quintero. Donovan. Haas works the byline. Did take a deflection, so another corner kick coming up. 10th corner for the visitors. Final 20 minutes of this one. Corner kick number 10 for SKC2. And another chance to counter as Nice lays it off for Simmons. Simmons gives it away. Ikoba goes down, and Ikoba has won a free kick. So a free kick on the way for SKC 2. Here's Quintero. Watland slants it across. No trouble for Brooks Thompson. Thompson facing his former club. Product of the SKC Academy. Signed a homegrown deal with SKC in 2021. And a throw in coming for Natty James, who has 3 goals to his name today. All 3 coming within a 25-minute span. Haas wins it. Haas options, slots it wide. It's a good feed, and it's a better save by Thompson. Rodriguez, not the best of angles for him to score from, but Thompson was ready for it. A strong outing today by Brooks Thompson, who has been tested. He's made 4 saves so far. Rodriguez in for Ikoba. Watland brings in the loose change. His ball again towards Ikoba. And innocently falls to Thompson. If this result stands, it will be consecutive wins for North Texas for the first time all season. And a team that is certainly moving in the right direction. And we've seen just what this team can do attacking-wise, the weapons that they have. John Gall certainly feels that there's potential for this group, that they're far from their end product. Haas, he's been impressive so far since coming on as a substitute. It's played along for Simmons. Simmons waits for reinforcements. Nice. Final 15 minutes of this one. If this result stands, it'll also be the identical scoreline of the first meeting between these teams, which was also won by North Texas. Alvaro muscles back into possession. Newman's pass broken up. And a throw in on the way. So changes for both teams. Daniel Russo on for the visitors. Favor Aurayame on for North Texas. Simmons exits. Samuel said it. Also entering, 16-year-old, making his first appearance since April 10th. Here's Rodriguez. Angles went across. It's brought in by Russo, his first touch. Trevor Burns also just making his way onto the pitch for the visiting side. Russo. Haas. It's headed away, and it comes to Nice, who rolls it ahead. And Leroux gets there first. SKC trailing by 3, pushing numbers forward, opening things up at the back on these counters. And a free kick on the way. Start to look ahead for these two teams. They get back at it next weekend. North Texas will host Earthquakes 2 in the final match at Choctaw Stadium before moving to Mansfield Stadium. Meanwhile, Sporting Kansas City 2 will welcome Austin FC 2 on Friday. Here's Garcia. Arayame. A lovely night here in Arlington, Texas. Choctaw Stadium. Second to last match that North Texas will play here before opening up Mansfield Stadium, but a venue that has been kind to North Texas. 38, 16, and 25 here. Certainly the highlight was winning the MLS Next Pro Cup in 2024. But a lot of memorable moments for North Texas in this venue. But so much excitement about Mansfield Stadium. That's rolled through acres of space here. Daniel Barron dashes. Barron rolls it in. The exclamation point. And it's the homegrown Daniel Barron. His first goal of the season. And a 5 spot on the board for North Texas. And for the first time today, somebody not named, there was a goal where Edonis or Natty James was not involved. So Barron with the finish. First goal of the season for him, Polish youth international, actually the first Polish player to sign with FC Dallas. Signing his homegrown contract last year. And a nice option to have coming on as a substitute. As he makes it 5-1. And a change for North Texas. Jonah Bigger makes his way on as he replaces Leandro Gonçalves. Bigger did not play the last two matches. First-year North Texas player. Here's Donovan as SKC2 try to salvage something late. They were certainly in this match for the first half. There were stretches where they looked like the better team, but things have unraveled in the second half. And Edu Nice is looking for more as he finds Barron, who just scored seconds ago. Barron, back for Nice. Nice strikes off the woodwork. Edu Nice almost snagged his second. Either way, a sensational day for Nice. He was credited with the assist on that last goal by Barron, as that's ricocheted right back to Thompson. Nikoba just a split step behind it. But Nice a goal and a goal today. Also a couple of assists. And then the hat trick by Natty James. As it deflects out for a corner. So a corner kick on the way. That ball settles down. Knocked out wide. Franca's cross headed and deflects out. Another corner kick on the way. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Spark. Energy for today, tomorrow, every day. Final 5 minutes as it's swung in, brought in, and cleared. Haas sails it. And a goal kick on the way for Brooks Thompson. So the final 5 minutes as we wind down in this one, in what has been an impressive performance by North Texas. They're en route to consecutive wins for the first time this season. And this one a commanding result by the home side. Here's Enzo Newman. And I look at this North Texas team, and they truly seem like one of those squads who, final back half of the season, will just explode and consistently pick up results. We're getting glimpses of that now. Back-to-back wins. This just a taste of what they're capable of with 5 goals. Now the question is, can they do it on a consistent basis? But the firepower certainly there. That is, of course, if these pieces remain on this squad. Of course, always challenging to project given the up and down movement in MLS Next Pro. That's given away. Haas muscled down. And a free kick on the way. So final few minutes here. And it's Jack Franca to drive this one in. Franca curves it. Lifted back into the box. Again headed away by Enzo Newman. Rodriguez lays it off. Haas. That shot blocked down and rolled away by Alvaro. I've been very impressed by Ty Haas since coming on in the second half. Quick first step. He's found himself in some dangerous areas, has a knack for finding space. Certainly a name to watch for SKC moving forward as Donovan works towards the corner. Barron takes it away. And here comes North Texas once again. A 5-goal affair, a hat trick by Natty James, a goal and 3 assists by Adonis, and then a goal by Daniel Barron. Sensational performance for Nice. First-year player, previously the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year at Illinois Chicago last fall. Came to the U.S. from Belgium to play at Northeast Community College. Led them to a national championship, so very accomplished player. And it was interesting speaking with John Gall about Nice as this one intended towards him. But Nice has a very competitive mentality, according to John Gall. That's something you really can't teach. And he said with that in mind, he talks a lot to Nice about what Sam Sarver did for North Texas last season. Sarver, obviously a historic season with 19 goals a year ago for North Texas. But John Gall said Sarver never once complained about not being with the first team. He just worked hard. He said Adu Nice is moving in the exact same direction, has that same mentality. Certainly has the skill, which we've seen on full display today. And he evidently has that mindset as well. As we enter stoppage time in what has been a dominant result. This the most goals that North Texas has scored all season. It's also tied for the most goals that SKC2 has conceded all year. A team that had alleviated some of its defensive struggles as the season's progressed. Remember, they conceded 9 goals across the first 2 matches. They've been better since then, but North Texas has had their number this season. Throwing ricochets out. Both these teams will be back at it next weekend. North Texas will welcome Earthquakes 2 on Saturday. Meanwhile, Sporting Kansas City 2 will host Austin on Friday as Ikoba rips it loose. Ikoba tried to cut through 2 unsuccessfully. Free kick on the way for North Texas. And a down player. It is Diego Garcia, now back on his feet. Enzo Newman also on the turf. Now just a matter of playing keep away for these final few moments of this match. Aurayame, one of the substitutes this half for North Texas. His first appearance since March 15th. So a couple of guys who had not played in a while for North Texas getting some run tonight. Favor Aurayame, his first appearance since March 15th. Same for Nicholas Simmons. His first time playing in 2 months as well. And a whistle right at the midline. Uh-oh, and some jawing. You don't want to see this at this juncture of a match that is already well in hand. And a yellow card issued against the SKC2 bench. Alvaro drives it long. As we tick towards that final whistle, North Texas scored first. This team is unbeaten when scoring first. The trend will continue tonight as Donovan switches. A dance. A saunter, and an interception by Alvaro. Nice wins it away. Time for another chance here for Adonis. A goal and 3 assists today for Nice. Nice forced to pull it back out. James over to Sam Sennett, looking for his first goal contribution. It won't come there. But we will hear the final whistle sound. And a resounding result for North Texas. 3 points as they remain unbeaten on the season against SKC2. Natty James, a hat trick. Adonis, 4 goal contributions. A sensational attacking performance by John Gall's side as we take a look at tonight's man of the match presented by Adidas. And it is Natty James. Now, it is rare that somebody with 4 goal contributions is not the man of the match, but when somebody scores a hat trick like Natty James just did, he certainly earns it. 3 goals, 25 minutes apart, now up to 7 goals in this season. All 7 goals scored against Sporting Kansas City 2. Here is another one of his goals. That's number 2. Back in the 50th minute. And he would add a third as well. It was Adonis who found him. Natty James unleashes and buries his third. A special day for him. A victorious day for North Texas, who moved to 4-4-3 this season. Back-to-back wins for the first time this year, sitting on 17 points. Meanwhile, Sporting KC2 falls to 2-8-3, still stuck on 10. Huge thanks to all of you for joining us today for our entire fantastic MLS Next Pro production crew. My name is John Gross. Once again, our final score, North Texas 5, Sporting Kansas City 2-1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.